Hey everybody, it's me Abigail. Welcome back to my channel. So today I will be helping you put together this look. I love me some dark smoky eye and I am so excited, and I actually really love how this look came out. I hope you guys like it too. Instead of a regular high brow bone highlight, I used a gold shimmery highlight, and I absolutely love the way this look came out. I did put together this look using the Soft Glam palette from Anastasia, and again, I really love how this look came out. I hope you guys like it too. And if you're interested to see how I put this look together, I seriously do step-by-step instructions, which kind of look crazy in the beginning, but you have to give yourself some time for a smoky eye. So if you're interested, stay tuned and keep on watching. Alright guys, so for today's video, we're actually going to be starting off with the eyes, simply because I know that I'm going for a really dark smoky eye and I do not want any fallout to mess with my base, so therefore we're going to start with the eyes. So my skin is washed, is moisturized, I have my beautiful essence, my Truth serum, and now I'm going to prep my eyes with the Tarte Tape Shape. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and boop, boop, put a little bit there, and I'm going to use a Morphe brush that I've been loving to use to spread my concealer on my eyes. And the Morphe brush looks like this. It doesn't have an actual number. It's part of one of their white collections, and I like it because it's nice and dense, but at the same time it's really soft, and I don't know, I really like using it. So I'm gonna go ahead and spread out my concealer. So I'm gonna be using a mirror, but I'm also gonna be showing you guys, just because it's hard looking into like the screen. So pretty much I'm just gonna be spreading this concealer out, and notice that when I'm doing this, I'm actually also going into the area where my brow lives, and a little bit right here. And not much, because I am going to go back in when I do my base for my foundation, and I'm going to be covering that area as well, but this is just for now. And when I was telling you guys that I go over the area where my brow lives, I do this. It's been like a little trick for a while now. It actually helps the hairs of the foundation hold on to the product that I'm going to be using to do my brows. So let's go ahead and do the other side. Alright, perfect, and this looks pretty crazy right now, but you can see that whole entire eye area is nicely covered. And before I move on, I'm going to go ahead and do my brows, and you know, for brows I'm going to be using my Precisely My Brow pencil in number 4. Alright, perfect. So now that my brows are done, and boy oh boy are they there, we're gonna go ahead and move on to start the eyeshadows. And you're gonna notice that you're probably gonna have a little bit of like creasing going on, just a tad bit. You can go ahead and blend that away, because you definitely don't want to be working with those creases underneath your shadow, because it will definitely continue to make your eye look creasy. So there we go. So let's go ahead and start. And for today's look, I am going to be using one of my favorite palettes ever, and that's a Soft Glam from Anastasia. Now you're probably telling yourself, Soft Glam, Smoky Eye, that don't make no sense. But yes, this palette actually has a beautiful array of darker shades that work really nicely with like a blown out smoky eye. So let's go ahead and begin. I probably do my smoky eye differently than anything that you have been used to seeing, and that's why I'm so eager to go ahead and show you these steps that I do and how I gradually intensify the color on my shadow look. So let's go ahead and start. I am going to be using this brush right here. This one is from Kale Cosmetics, and I love it because it is definitely blendable, and it's flat, and it's wide enough to kind of cover that area rather quickly and evenly. So for that, I'm gonna start by using the color Orange Soda, which is right here, and I'm gonna put that all over my lid. So I'm gonna put it all over, kind of like setting everything in place and making everything like an even base, even complexion on your eyelid. There you go. And let's do that on the other side. So now that is on both of my lids, I know it looks crazy, but we're gonna give it a chance. I'm going to go ahead and pick up a Morphe brush, and this one, where is it at? It's right here. And this one is the M504. Looks like this, and it's nice and fluffy, and it's kind of like, it's really fluffy and it's kind of like domed. Love this brush. And let's go ahead and go to the next color, and it's a burnt orange, which is right down here. So I'm gonna dip my brush like kind of like feet first and tap off any excess, and I'm gonna go ahead and go high, like high above my crease area. Let's just put it that way. And I'm gonna go ahead and start like blending that everywhere. This brush is like a blending god, so you kind of like don't need to even do a lot with this brush. It just kind of does the work for you. And then you like kind of blend it all over. Don't bring it too low, but definitely bring it high. And it looks like that. Let's do the same thing on the other eye. Now I'm gonna pick up a smaller brush. It is also a Morphe. This one is the Morphe M513. It looks like this. Let's go ahead and go into this sienna color right here with the Morphe M513, and we're gonna kind of like just tap in. You know, we're gonna have to tap off the excess, but we're gonna place it right here on the crease area, right in that area, right in there. See that? And we're gonna blend that out. You know, windshield wiper first, just to place it everywhere that we want it. And I'm going all the way to my inner corner and then dragging it to the outer corner. And then now we're gonna windshield wiper, and again, just let the brush do its job. Blend those that one in, and don't bring it any higher than what it is. So just keep it like right there, and then we'll blend it out. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more to intensify this corner area right here. Boop, boop, boop. So if you notice, what we're doing is we are getting gradually darker as we go down, but we're still keeping the colors in place. So lighter, darker, darker, and we're gradually going dark. All right, perfect. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other eye. We're gonna pick up sienna. We're gonna tap off the excess, and we're gonna put it right here, so like right in the crease area, and we're gonna start blending it out. So then the next color that I'm gonna use is this Cypress Umber. It's like a rich brown color in the palette as well. And we're gonna tap off any excess, and we're gonna go like really low, but into the, still in, now we're getting like in that crease. All right, let's do the same thing on the other side. All right, and now that the color is laid down, remember, we're gonna work on it. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this Noir with my finger. I'm gonna dive in there, and this is like such an intense black. Like, look at this black. It's like black, 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 black. And we're gonna pretty much lay it right into the whole eyelid area. You're gonna like just boop, 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 and get it in there. So let's go ahead and go with the second coat. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. And if you make a little mistake, don't worry, we're gonna go ahead and work on that. Now, for the purposes of this video, I am gonna try to remove some of this fallout. This way you guys are not like, oh, what's going on with Abigail? She has all this fallout and she's filming. So let's just remove some of that fallout. Now, when removing the fallout, give yourself a chance. Don't start like carving out just yet, because we're gonna put eyeliner, and then if you do, then you're messing up like the moment of the eyeliner. So just, if you want to wipe some out, that's fine, but we're gonna go back in anyways. All right, there we go. So let's move on. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the M513 again, that Morphe brush that we used initially, and I'm gonna start kind of blending this crease area out ever so softly and slightly. I want all the browns and oranges to still show, so I'm not trying to bring that black any more up than it is. I just don't want there to be like a harsh line. So I'm like going in and just kind of blending those colors out without really wanting to move them so much, if that makes sense. So let's do the same thing on this side. I'm gonna blend those colors out. And if you feel you need some help, dive into that orange soda and go ahead and blend. Okay, and then we're gonna dive into this orange soda, and then just kind of just to help you blend that out. Plus I don't want that color to be diminished at all in any way, so we just need it to kind of like blend everything out, but you want that color there. So just make sure that you are blending with that color so that you still see the orange soda, you see the brown, you see the sienna, then you see the black, so it's all there. All right, perfect. So now that we got that and it's nicely blended, I am going to use a clean brush. This one is the Esum G29, looks like this. And I love this brush because of the shape of it and because it just cleans up really nicely. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this brush to blend this top area real good. So again, we want like no lines. And oh, sorry, I was covering the camera. This kind of like just blends everything really nicely away. So let's go ahead and do this side as well. All right, perfect. And we're gonna go ahead and take a black kohl pencil. This one is from Too Faced. It's Perfect Eyes waterproof eyeliner, and I would advise to use a waterproof one to do what I'm gonna do. And it's like I'm going to tight line like this area, because what happens is with an intense eye look like this, your lashes can like look real funny if you don't fill that gap. And I'm working this pencil in there, girl. I am working this pencil in there. I'm getting it in there. So there are no gaps. When I see no gaps, that means my job is like done. And my job is done. And then for primer for today's look, I am going to be using the YSL Touche Eclat Blur Primer. It looks like that. You guys know I'm like kind of obsessed with this one. And so now just give it a second for my skin to like really absorb that primer. I'm going to be using my favorite foundation of all time. You guys know what foundation is that? What foundation is my favorite? All right, guys, you got it right. It is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, a Stay in Place foundation. And I'm going to be using to apply the IT brushes for Ulta. This one is the Airbrush Blurring Foundation Brush 101. It looks like that. It's one of my favorite foundation brushes. And let's go ahead and apply the foundation. And you know, you have a little bit of time to work with your foundation before your foundation starts becoming like tacky, and then therefore you can no longer work with it, because if you continue to move it, that's when it starts becoming like cakey and it lifts from the skin. So you kind of want to mess with it for a little bit and then say that's enough messing time. It's time for me to either press it into my skin or let it go and let it dry. So, you know, just a little hint, because again, it's just like you're painting your walls. You know, you roll the brush, but if you continue to roll the brush while the paint is already really dry and getting it here, you're just messing with that paint, you know. So kind of think of it like that. So I'm actually feeling really good about the coverage right now that I have with my foundation. Obviously I have to work with my concealer and everything, so let's go ahead and put concealer. For concealer, I am going to be using one of my favorite concealers that I've been using on my face, and that is the Born This Way concealer. Is the multi-use sculpting concealer, and I'm going to be using the color Nude. And so I'm going to go ahead and apply the concealer. And that's probably too much, but you know how I roll. I'm going to be putting one here because we do want that full coverage today. I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to blend this concealer out using the Sonia Kashuk beauty sponge, and I'm gonna spray it a little bit with this MAC Fix Plus. MAC Fix Plus. I was gonna fix and prime, whatever. And what I do is I like let the sponge like really absorb because it's damp, but I want it like moistened with that Fix Plus. So let's go ahead and blend this concealer out. And then what I do is I bring my concealer up to kind of clean up that area, but also lift my face. And then now, once those are done, then I'm going to highlight with the concealer a little bit my forehead, because I feel like it's uneven, but I don't like to place it down until I've already worked on the other areas. Now I'm about to set it with my favorite of all times, and that is the Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. I remember Desi Perkins always saying like how she takes this powder and she pretty much shoves it into all her pores, because it does have like that pore filling effect, which is why I love this translucent powder. And I know we kind of look like all powdered up, but don't worry, we're going to bring this face back to life. But before I bring this face back to life, we're going to go ahead and finish the eye area at the bottom portion using that Soft Glam palette from Anastasia. We're going to go ahead and use this little brush. It's again the M321 from Morphe. And I'm going to go ahead and go into this burnt orange. And I'm going to tap off any excess because we definitely don't want fallout. And we're going to go ahead and blend our entire lower lash area. So it's going to look like that. And then now I'm going to go into Sienna. So I'm going to dip like the very tip of the brush into Sienna. And we're going to go ahead and get even closer to the area where the hairs are. And we're going to go ahead and work that in there. Work it in there, girl. And we're going to dive right into this Cypress Umber and Black together, like both of them together. And we're going to start at the end. Kind of give it like that. Kind of meeting those two areas. So we're going to do that, and we're going to work in smoking it out. Get real close. Get real close in there to your... But you see what a difference it makes? Get real close to your hairline there. But now that that is done, you want to go ahead and pick up like a clean brush. This one is going to be M433. And pick up your mirror. I'm going to go ahead and with no product at all, I'm just going to softly like make sure that there's no edges. And because we're not done with the eyes, let me pick up a little flat brush like this and pick up from the Soft Glam this beautiful glistening color right here. It's like this beautiful goldenish highlight. And let's go ahead and highlight this brow bone area ever so slightly. Actually, that was pretty intense. And let's go ahead and do that. And I think this golden highlight fits the look perfectly because it is like a burnt orange brown-ish blown out look. Alright, crusty lips have been removed. Let's go ahead and bronze the face. And for bronzer today, I'm going to be using the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. And I'm going to be using Deep Bronze, which is... This bronzer is so good. I have, like, there's nothing bad to say about this bronzer. I love this bronzer. So let's go ahead and dip our brush in there. Let's tap off the excess. And let's go ahead and bronze away. And again, bronze. And bronze up. Alright, perfect. So the next step I'm going to do after I bronze the face is I am going to clean up a little bit because I want it to be like pretty sharp. So I'm going to pick up some of this translucent powder and I'm just going to ever so slightly press it in this area and just leave it there just for a tiny bit second, just to clean up anything and just to brighten up that area a little bit more. I'm just going to pick up an M433 from Morphe, and I'm going to pick up my Hoola Benefit, my Hoola from Benefit Cosmetics bronzer, which is soon to pass away. And I'm going to go ahead and just do a slight nose contouring of the ever so slightly nose contouring. Just the ever so slightly. I'm going to do the same thing. This one is by my favorite for the nose, especially because it's so soft and blendable. Like, you know, you can still do like a good job without like making it very like boom, you know. it's like the color is not too dark, it's not too light, it doesn't have orange in it. Like I feel like it's perfect, and I'm bringing it all the way in here in case there was anything that needed to be blended. Like it'll blend with the eye look because it is a very intense eye look. So now I'm gonna go ahead and use like a face fluffy brush. This one is from Morphe. It's just a clean fluffy brush, and I'm gonna buff that out. All right, let's go ahead and put mascara on. I love this one. You know, because I don't wear lashes, I try to always get mascara that is gonna be like really lifts my lashes and makes them really black and really full. And this one, I'm telling you, it does the job. And now I can go on about my life and use a blush. And for blush today, I am going to be using this Estee Lauder blush in the color Mauve Mystique. I actually really like how natural it does. Look dark in the pan, but it is a pretty natural looking blush. And to match that gold highlight on my high brow bone area, I'm gonna be using this Champagne Pop from Becca Cosmetics. I love this highlight, and it has like a little bit of that gold shift, so it'll be like bam, perfect for this. Oh my god, you see that? Oh, I love it. Alright, but for a smoky eye like this, you do need a very natural, neutral, like skin color lipstick. And so I'm gonna reach for one of the most skin-like that I have at this moment. And actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna make things even more interesting. I'm gonna pick up this Buxon Stealth Lip Liner. See how it's very like natural, and I love that. I really love this pencil. And then now just to give it a little bit of something, and I know I don't have to, I actually like the way it looks just like this, but let's just say hypothetically speaking that you were a little bit extra. I'm gonna go ahead and put on this liquid Too Faced Melted Latex Liquid Lipstick. It's a high shine, and the color is Peekaboo. Absolutely love this combination. I actually really like this, and I highly recommend this combination. So again, that was the Stealth Buxom Lip Liner Pencil, and then the Melted Latex Too Faced color in Peekaboo. I love this. This is my new thing now. Alright guys, and I think that completes the look. I am going to be using setting spray because, you know, you have to use setting spray, and you don't want like your makeup, you want your makeup to last, you want it to melt into the skin to make it look so nicely. So of course, Urban Decay De-Slick, and let's go ahead and use that. I love this. I love how this came out. Do you guys like it? I hope you guys like it. I really enjoy a dark smoky eye. I definitely could go out with this. I really like this look. I hope you guys liked it too. And thanks for watching.